Peace and welcome to another Soul Alchemy session with the Shadow Priestess. And the intent behind these videos, humans relate to others, but it's about self accountability. So, I'm seeking to put everything out on the table, take accountability, leave what is needed, so that we can ascend individually in a nutshell. Whoa. All right, so relax while I get some cards and see what the situation is about. I feel like I'm about to talk about a situation where there's someone who has learned to set their intentions on being an authentic leader. And they've done this by going through experiences, difficult situations, and pulling themselves out. They get it. This is a person, or this situation involves an energy of someone who has a pretty good balance between their masculine and feminine energies within them, regardless of their gender. I'm not even really, I feel like the gender really is irrelevant. But this person, they knew they took a chance on another party here. And I feel like they did that because whatever they took a chance on, they recognized that person's situation, this place where they're at, a difficult spot. Because I do feel like they themselves went through it and they were able to get past it. So they chose to interact, relate with this other person. And I do see this person, I do feel that there was a strong knowing of recognizing that they were putting themselves in a compromising position. It's giving martyrdom. It's giving martyrdom, to be honest. Authentic. I don't feel like there was a desire, okay, like if I do this, I'm going to be a hero. But I do feel that someone chose to sacrifice some level of comfortability, progress, personal progress, possible progress with another party in order to interact with something that they had intended, hoped, or whatever, that they will be able to establish some type of bond. Like I've been there too. I've been there too. I see that you're here. And, during, with that reflection type dynamic, maybe I'm hoping the intention is to build a long term connection, a companionship, a trustworthy one, a strong foundation. That's what I feel like is going on here. So, before we talk about anything, person A, overall, just in life, how are you doing today, right now? How are you doing overall? It doesn't have to be about this session. I just want to know overall, 3 cards. How are you doing? There, there was a understanding that this is what was happening. There was a okay. All right. So person A, how you feeling? How you doing? Okay. Given the circumstances, okay, person A. Person A, what I'm hearing that you're saying is that, 9 of Wands in reverse. That for whatever it's hitting for, whatever side you are on, you do resonate with what I was saying as far as this polar bear energy with knowing when to take calculated risk, strong leadership skills. You've lived a difficult life, but at this time, when it comes to resistance, your resiliency, you are, um, what do they call that? The path of least resistance at this time. You have, at this time, you're really focusing on mastering. And I do hear you saying to a very large degree that you are pretty good right now with just surrendering it. 9 of Wands reverse. Once it's too difficult, I've done all that I can do. I've fought as hard as I can fight. Once I realize that I'm fighting too much, more than, for someone else or for myself, that it's just time to let it go. So I release it. I let it go. I, if other people take it as giving up or whatever, I just release it. 9 of Wands in reverse. At this time, myself and those are around me are authoritative figures. Okay, we have business to take care of. This, what I hear you say, person A, is there's a lot of business to be established and taken care of right now. With on the bottom, with the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, the Chariot upright on the bottom, the Ace of Cups upright, and the Six of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. From what I hear you saying is that you recognize to a very large degree. I feel like this is a very collective space that you're in right now. You're not just thinking about you. There's an empire, there's a community, there's something that should be refreshed, restarted, established. True generosity, knowing, how to balance out, share the wealth or whatever the situation. This is what you're focused on. And, this is part of the crew. You know what I'm saying? People that know how to delegate responsibility, absolutely generous, sharing and caring, very kind. But this is absolutely about business right now. You're focused on serious building. I got nation building, and anything that put up a resistance to that, even within you, in whatever shape, form, or fashion, it's just dropped. It's left behind. There's business to take care of. Children are very significant. Future children. Loyalty is important. Okay. All right. So, person B, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? How are you doing? Person B. how are you doing, person B? What is going on in your life at this time? Doesn't necessarily have to be about anything we're here just yet. Just tell me how you doing. Okay. Person B. We have 10 of cups here. So right now, I do feel with the two of wands, what I hear you say is right now there is some sort of a waiting game. There's a soulmate. I do feel that there's a separation here. I do feel that to a very large degree, you're kind of like, I don't want to say stuck in limbo from what I hear you saying. Like there's just a space that you're in right now where you just separated, pretty much made a firm decision that something that you were dealing with, you were entangled with, or whatever the situation is, it was not the direction that you are, supposed to go. You feel you're supposed to be around at this time. Two of Wands. From what I hear you say, you've gotten clarity, a glimpse that life can really, really be good. Ten of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. You may be split about which way, how to navigate there. Let's go. What do I do now? Like in relation, like now that you separated from a particular group or person, or that person has separated from you, it's like, okay, which path? Because I know it's there. It may not be with that, like that situation is over, but I know there's a community of soul family. But which way? There's a decision. I don't want to go the deceptive route. Good fortune. Like, like, when I hear you say, like, I know there is, like, someplace, good fortune. I just get, like, I don't have to worry about anything. It's a great life. Okay. So, person A, why are we here? Now, in relation to person B, why are we here? As you see it, in relation to your perspective, in relation to person B, why are we here? Wow. Wow. From what I hear you saying, you're here to, first of all, you're establishing a place, but the overall, you're here to show that this person is looking for you. World in reverse. In relation to person B, you are validating that an old life, an old cycle, while it may have been incomplete with whatever they were linking up with. That's why they separated. That's why they separated. Because you're from what I hear you're saying, you are confirming that person B, whatever they felt inside, like, okay, that's over, but I know that there's more. There's a whole new world. And you're saying yes. Full card in reverse. Full card in the world reverse. From what I hear you saying, you're here because when it comes to person B, you're saying right. You ain't no fool or whatever. Just take action. The King of Wands is on this full in reverse. Follow your inspired action, your spirit. Listen to your spirit, what you feel inside right now. And Queen of Swords. This is very strong. Very strong. You're showing up for this other party. Like, I'm ready to receive you. Queen of Swords, very discerning. Use your discernment. It feels like you are energetically, telepathically helping this person navigate their way. With the Ace of Wands on the bottom and the Star card. Confirming that this person, when it comes to jealousy, vengefulness, spitefulness, that is not where you belong. Hierophant, Five of Cups. You're recognizing that there's a stuckness, Prince of Pentacles. Possibly paying too much attention to the wrong detail, person B, as you're saying. But again, there's an alignment so long as this person stands their ground. Okay, person B. In relation to person A, why are we here? 3 cards. Why are we here? Sun in reverse. Wow. This is nice. Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is like 8 of Swords in reverse. Like again, like I don't want my mind to get in the way. Okay, like I could get stuck up in my mind about, man, this is not really logical. Like I'm following a feeling. But for the most part, 8 of Swords in reverse, you don't want any kind of mental constraints. You don't want to be stuck up in your mind. In relation to, to person A, there is a confirmation that you accept that telepathic connection of leadership or discernment with this Queen of Swords. Help me be discerning. Because it is true. Hierophant in reverse. There was a divorce, a separation from an organization, a partnership. This, you no longer are allowing yourself to be influenced or listening to a particular religious person or spiritual leader or anything like that. It's like, no. Even with yourself, this could be just within yourself, a core value that you always thought you believed in, something traditional, whatever. At this time, that's not true for you anymore. So it's like, again, at any given time, what do I do? 4 swords. You're maintaining your peace. Got your dignity, your balance. Make sure if you're not, staying well rested, you're doing your best to stay well rested. You come in peace. You're not looking to cause drama in relation to person A. Hierophant. Hermit card. Very wise you are. You are navigating yourself to a very large degree, kind of like in a blind way. The Hermit shines a light too. Like you're following your inner light, your inner guidance, applying the wisdom from any experience. Okay. It's a very private, intimate pilgrimage, journey, track that you're on to reach what you feel or what you know is being established right now for you. So you belong. There's a lot of dope energy over here. Builders, believers, people that passionate people over here. Wow. Ace of Pentacles, and you do have something to contribute. Page of Pentacles. All right. So for person A, in order for again, for things to move smoothly, for you to feel like you've made progress in this session at this time, what do you want to leave here saying? Or what do you want to leave here just period? What do you need to leave here to stay progressive? What do you need to leave here? Wow. So first and foremost, the Empress. Wow. This is a community. But we have the Empress up here, and that does talk about abundance, kindness, generosity, maintaining boundaries first and foremost, and most anyway, especially with resources up here, money, whatever. Mental with the Queen of Swords, using discernment and not feeling um bad about it. We have Wands in reverse, the Eight of Wands reverse, the Prince of Wands in reverse. A quick fix. I do believe person A, what you want to leave here is confirmation that this is not something that just can happen overnight. Like, it is a journey, not to look for any quick fixes. Pay attention to signs and symbols. Move when you feel moved to move. And that's it. But maintain your boundaries with something that tries to offer to cut corners, or something that is disempowering or draining to energy. This feels like words of encouragement. Yes, Seven of Swords. Trust that you know what you know. Trust that, for whoever, this just feels like general advice. Trust that if you knew you were selling yourself short, or you knew something was deceptive, know it. Seven of Swords in reverse, Death card. Know that something just at this time, and at least the foreseeable future, something was very much unchanging. It wasn't going to change. Three of Cups in reverse, that friendship group, that community group, whatever. It's separation. Three of Cups in reverse. Somebody might have been a third wheel and they didn't belong there anyway, or this was just going to happen anyway. And that judgment card, this person, whoever, person A, whoever else, is answering a calling, because something couldn't be healed just because of the amount of competition, backbiting, and whatever. And it does take absolutely a lot of strength with the strength card, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Wands to make this journey. But this Queen of Pentacles, this Emperor, the Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, this Empress, all did this, made this journey. And there is a place. But trust yourself that you're finding your way there. All right, so person B, what do you need to leave here in order to feel and empowered? Know that you are progressing. That'll allow you to take full accountability for self. What do you need to leave here? So with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, first and foremost, I feel like you do want to leave here struggles with I don't have enough. The rat race when it comes to money, overworking, I gotta work, work, work. It's debilitating. It really is. I hide behind it a lot. I feel like this is what you're saying with the moon in reverse. Like I want to be for real about it. Like I always feel like I have to work, that I have to, like this is very debilitating to me in this journey. Finances. I want to leave here that I'm going to say that I'm going to take care of my home space more. That I'm going to be more transparent about my home life or the things that I struggle with finances or whatever the situation is. However that manifests. Not that you got to go spilling your business all out here, but this is something that you would like to leave here, that your struggles that, this could also be others taking your kindness for a weakness. Being too kind, being too overly generous with other people, with your resources. Being okay that what you worked for, at least at this time, is just for you. Because it is hard enough on you financially or whatever, however that manifests. Because the Nine of Wands is here. Again, it started out with the Nine of Wands reverse, and you're the Nine of Wands upright. Like that you're making this journey, this track, that you're going through this, that you have, the resiliency, the energy to push through. It's difficult, very difficult. That's what you want to leave here, saying that you are pushing through. And you're answering the call. Just like how they said, you're being called. You've been resurrected, you've been transformed, like pulled up from out of place that you knew that you just knew you didn't belong. And now you are on a journey here. Got the Magician in reverse and the Eight of Wands and the High Priestess and the Chariot and the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Like, it's just showing up with finances. Like, I want to leave here knowing that so long as I'm moving in the right direction, whatever it is that I need to support myself in a very physical sense at this time is going to be taken care of, and it will. It's great. There's the Wheel of Fortune here, the happiness. All right. Take care of yourself. Take care of home. When people come around and ask you for things that you know that you can't give, it is what it is. You don't have it, and it's okay. Or not to put the pressure on yourself to make it look like you have it all together when this is what you're going through. All right. Well, that is what I have for this session. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you next time. Peace.